A comment said, one day, one of these guys will stand out. And I'd like to tackle this from both angles of why a guy doesn't stand out on the woman's end, because it's a woman's fault and it's a man's fault why guys don't stand out. Believe it or not, it's both ways. It's not just one way. How y'all want it? Y'all want it? It don't matter. I'm just going in. All right. One of the reasons why men do not stand out to women is because women are not making themselves stand out. When you make yourself stand out, meaning you have standards for yourself, like, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that, you're not going to be attracted to guys who are doing the basic ass shit. But if you are not a woman who don't have these things for yourself, you're going to pick guys who are easier to pick because almost every guy falls in line. You're not holding yourself to a higher standard, so you're not going to look for guys who hold themselves to a higher standard. You have to stand out as a woman first. Because a lot of times the reason why a woman is what makes her pussy wet or what she's attracted to is like low tier shit. But if that woman set standards for herself and became a different type of woman, her pussy wouldn't get wet off of those things anymore. For example, maybe a woman right now, she gets wet off of, oh, he's in a club, he parties, I like that, I want to kick it, I want to turn up. But say that woman says, I'm done turning up, I'm done drinking and smoking, I don't want to do that no more. She's not going to be attracted to them type of guys. You see what I mean? She's not going to want that no more. So the woman has to look in herself first to make herself stand out from other women so she can identify, to be able to correctly identify when men actually stand out. Because the problem is not men standing out. The problem is you don't know which ones stand out. And the reason why you don't know which ones stand out, because you don't stand out. You see what I mean? You can't do everything all these other women are doing and then say, where's the men to stand out? Do you stand out? Do you stand out as a woman? I'm not going to sit here and name a list of everything I got going on as a man that would attract a woman. That's stupid because it doesn't matter. That's not really what attracts the woman. It's, see, a woman could say, I want this, 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 and this in a man. But if that type of man is not what she's attracted to, meaning how he carries himself, his energy, his behavior, then it's not going to matter. That's why you have so many so-called good choice men not being chosen by a woman, because that woman likes partying. She likes to do this. She likes chaos. She likes drama. If she chooses one of those good guys, she's going to become bored because she has to set the standards in herself first. You know what I mean? If you're a type of guy or girl that you don't like to set goals. If you're a type of guy or girl to set goals for yourself, you like to set goals and do things and make shit pop in life, you're not going to want to hang around people who don't have goals and ambition. You're not going to want to do that. You see what I mean? But if you are one of those people who don't care about your life, you don't care about goals and all that, then you're going to run with the pack. So women pick guys who aren't about shit because they're not about shit. They're scared of the men who are about shit. Oh, I don't think I can get on his level. He might require too much. He might actually require me to become a real woman. So I don't want to fuck with that. You know what I mean? That's controlling because he has standards in life. He doesn't want me to drink or drive. That's controlling. All these little things. But if the woman was already on that level in her mind of I'm not drinking and driving, the man wouldn't even have to say shit. You see? It wouldn't even be no friction. There would be no friction there. I'm going to say that shit again. If a woman was already in the mindset of, I don't want to drink or drive because I got kids and I need my job, she wouldn't, if she was in that mindset, there would be no friction with a guy she's with. The guy wouldn't even have to say don't drink and drive because she's already on it. But if she's a woman that's on that, I don't want to, or if she's a woman that doesn't care about drinking or driving, but she's with a guy who has standards for life and for himself, he's going to have a problem with that. Now there's the friction. Oh, he's controlling because he doesn't want me to, you see what I'm saying? And now break that down to anything, not just drinking and driving, anything, any little thing. But see, when a woman already has standards for herself, right? You don't have, all you gotta do is sit back and be the guy, be in her life and enjoy life with her. You don't even have to coach this chick. And the same thing, vice versa. A lot of these women don't understand, but they don't understand that the men you pick are the reason why you gotta always say do this or do that. If you was with the right type of guy, you wouldn't have to deal with that. But the reason why you settle for that is because you don't have standards set in yourself. Or you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe you deserve better. So you believe, oh, I'm just going to deal with him. I know he cheats on me, but I'm going to stay anyway. That type of shit. Until you wake up and realize one day that you wasted your fucking life and you pass up on a lot of good men staying with some dumbass who cheats. And I don't feel no sympathy for men who cheat because I feel like you're scared to be alone. Like if you want to sleep with different women, just be alone. Why you gotta hold on to one woman and then go out and cheat with other women? Unless that woman says it's okay, then I guess I gotta do nothing but salute you, right? But if you doing it secretly, it wouldn't even, I guess you don't even consider that cheating, right? But like I said, man, most men, I don't respect the cheating because I feel like as a man, if you want to sleep around with different women, either you should be, your woman should be okay with you doing it, then I can't say shit. Or you're just scared to be alone, so you want to keep a woman on deck to go home to and all that, but you want to go out and sleep around. Why not just be single and be alone? See that I don't respect that. But again, that's what I'm saying. A woman has to hold herself to the standard first so she can see it in a man. You cannot see worth in the man until you see worth in yourself as a woman. Until that happens, you're going to settle for less. Because you think that you need a man to make you feel loved. So as a result, you're going to stay with the cheater, or you're going to pick a guy on a lower level. And then you got some people who don't know their worth the opposite way. They blow themselves up way too much. I deserve Jay-Z. But you in the projects. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to pass up on men on your level. You know, no man's never good enough. None of them stand out. Because you don't know your fucking worth. Let's see, he's good looking like me. I got a couple kids, he don't. He seems like he likes me, etc., etc. Nah, I don't want him. Let me go pick this other guy who don't give a fuck about me. And claim that I'm not settling. They're going to do what they do, though. This is not a video to tell women who to pick. I don't give a fuck who they pick, but I'm going to expose it so men can understand and so women can understand what the fuck they're doing. Because obviously, people don't understand what they're doing. They don't even know why they pick who they pick or why they desire who they desire. It's because it's within you first. You're not going to desire some type of woman or man that's not in you. You're going to desire what you desire in yourself. So if I desire to be a person that's about life and trying to make moves in life, and I don't want to be messy in life, I'm not going to desire a messy woman. So why is it that women desire messy men so much? You can say sex all the fuck you want. She don't know what your sex like until she sleep with you. You can say good looking all you want. You can't say that there's no good looking good dudes. That's foolish. You know what I mean? Or that'd be like me saying there's no good looking good women. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Oh man, if they fine, they bad, man. They don't do nothing right. That's not true. So what's the real problem? Why can't they pick the right guys? Because it's within them, man. A lot of them want what they can't have. Meaning if they feel like they can have you, they don't want you. It don't matter if they like you or not. They can like you so much, and then they once say, I got him, I don't care no more. Let me go back over here and get beat on and cheat on. Because this is a challenge. Because they're so stupid that they'd rather have a challenge of, I'm not even going to say this. I guess I'm going to say it this way. They so stupid when it comes to men that they think that a man not wanting them is some type of challenge. But they don't realize that even if the man does want you, that's just the beginning. It ain't over. See, women and their little feelings, think, well, I got him, it's over now. No, it's just starting. When the man says, I want to be with you, and y'all end up getting together, you just starting. You want a challenge? Well, the relationship is the challenge. You think a man ignoring you and treating you like shit is the challenge, and that's the fucking problem. Because you don't realize that a relationship itself is a challenge, even a good one. Even a good, healthy relationship is a challenge. So is it a challenge, really? Or is it something within you that's attracted to bullshit? On the man's side, why is it a man's fault that you don't stand out as a man? Because you're doing the same basic ass shit that other men do. Everything other men do, you're doing it too. How you gonna stand out as a man if you're doing the same exact shit that everybody else is doing? You're settling for less in life. You're fucking this one and that when you really don't even want her. You just go fuck her and all this and all that. All these things that other men are doing, you're doing it too. So you're not standing out. So I understand on the woman's side to a certain extent why men don't stand out. But a lot of that has to do with that woman, why men don't stand out. Because that would be like there's no good men out here that stand out. That's a lie. The problem is women are not know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all men say there's no good women that stand out, that's a lie. You got to become a good man within yourself first so you can see it in a woman. You cannot see it in a woman if you don't see it in yourself. Just because you're a woman and she's a man, or vice versa, he's the man and you're the woman, vice versa, that don't mean you're still a human being, right? So once you see good in yourself, you're going to see it in other people, which makes you choose the good person. You can say people deceived you and all that. When you become a good person, you can feel energy. The more you play with good energy, the more you recognize and feel it, and you'll recognize and feel bad energy. But if you want to dabble and play in dirt with all that bad energy, you're going to be so numb to it, you probably won't know what bad energy is. So it all goes back to you putting work in within yourself first, man. A lot of it has to do with attraction. Some people only care about looks. If he's not this certain look, then I'm not fucking with him. Then more than likely, you're probably not going to get loved in. If I narrow my shit down to just what I want a woman to look like, I probably am not going to have a woman at all. We're not talking about attraction, like that's a good looking woman. We're talking about specific ass shit. This is what they do. He got to have dreads and this and that, and he's not that, and I don't want him. You know what I mean? They don't look in themselves. Are you this? Are you the supermodel? Don't expect Ken if you're not Barbie. And technically, when it comes to looks, it's subjective anyway. So nobody's really Barbie or Ken in this motherfucker. Because just as much as you look good to the next woman or man, you ugly to the next woman or man. But you can't tell certain people this, especially the females, because the vagina is always going to make them think that they are better than a lot of these men that they overlook. That's why when a guy gets a lot of attention from women, he probably won't settle for one woman. He probably just sleep with a bunch of women. This is also why a guy can have in-house good woman sex and still go out and cheat, because he thinks in his mind that something is better. This what I got here is not good enough. There's got to be something better. It's a lie. It's an illusion. It's kind of like, oh, I got a new car now. It's the best thing in the world. Now, 2 months later, that same new car that made you feel happy as hell, somehow it's not good enough anymore. This is what people do with humans. It's sickening if you really think about it. And that's the issue. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to change. Nobody's going to stand out if you have that type of mentality situation as a woman or man. If you always get bored with people easy and all that, nobody's going to stand out. But the problem is, are you looking in the mirror? You want to call every man or woman bored? Well, men don't usually call women boring. But women definitely call men boring. Or maybe you're boring. Have you ever thought about that? You're not perfect. And that's the problem. Everybody thinks they're perfect. Nobody is. Nobody is. So until you stand out within yourself as a woman or man, it's going to be awful hard for you to determine who stands out as a woman or man. No way around it. No way around it, man. I'm done talking about this shit. I'm hungry and I don't feel good. So I'm about to get in here and eat this Chinese shit and go to bed because I got to get up real early. So the men don't stand out, but all I see is a woman putting on makeup, taking a selfie or a story pic. That's the same thing every other woman's doing. Do you stand out as a woman? Just wondering. I'm asking this because I feel like there's a lot of good men in the world. I really feel that way. Even though the world makes you believe that they all dogs, I don't believe that. I believe it's the female's vagina making them think that these 30,000 men in my face, none of them are worthy. But yet, really, you probably the one that's not worthy a lot of times. It's the same thing that happens when a man is able to get a lot of attention from a woman. Women. That's why it's so hard. And that's the ones that they usually want. They usually want a man that is dealing with a bunch of women. Because if you're not, they're going to assume that nobody wants you. So, almost all women deal with that syndrome of the man who is basically liked by a lot of women. All men don't deal with that, though. It's only a certain amount of men who, because it's a base thing. So if you're not really, that's why looks do matter. Everybody say looks don't matter. Yeah, they do. They do because most people ain't going to even look your way. You could be the best motherfucker they ever dealt with. But if your looks ain't right, they're not going to fuck with you. They're going to want to fuck with somebody else. So the problem with women is they have the same type of issue that a man who is capable of attracting a lot of women have. The same issue. It's hard to pick because everybody's coming in your face. You don't know what to pick. Damn, who the fuck should I pick? And men are not going to stop coming in your face because they try to fuck. So it's not going to stop. That's why you have to tap into within yourself to stand out as a woman first, and then you'll know which man stands out. You'll know. You'll just know. You'll be able to feel that energy because when you bring energy within yourself, when you have certain energy within yourself from becoming a certain type of person, you'll be able to feel that energy from other people. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to feel that energy if you got negative garbage energy in you. You become numb to that shit. So it's hard for you to feel, I couldn't tell. He lied to me. I couldn't tell. You would have been able to feel the energy. A woman could try to lie to me all she wants, but I'll feel the energy. I'll just know because I have that energy within myself. So the Most High is always going to let me know if the energy is off with the female. So I can only go back to why a man's not standing out to you. I would say that you're just too picky and all that, but you deserve to have standards. I can't say that. I mean, who don't? But to say that no man stands out, that means you don't stand out as a woman because that's not true. You would be able to recognize who stands out. And matter of fact, that's part of a woman standing out. Knowing how to recognize what men stand out. Meaning she has good deception. She has good discernment. She could tell which men stand out versus which ones can't. So if a woman says no man stands out, that lets me know that that woman doesn't have good judgment when it comes to men. Now, she said the ones that stand out already taken or they don't like me or something like that. I can see that. But to say that none stand out, that means you don't have good judgment. Which makes you not a woman that stands out. Because your looks don't make you stand out. Your vagina don't make you stand out. That makes you basic. Even though men love the vagina and the woman's looks, it still is basic. Just like women love a man's money, right? Or money. Women love money, right? But that still makes you basic as a man. because a lot of other men have money too. The only way you're not basic if you're dealing with a bunch of broke people, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe then. But you got to stand out as a woman first, man. Then you'll be able to recognize the energy, and you'll be able to discern which men stand out. Until then, you're not going to be able to do it, man, because you're not standing out. It is what it is, man. I ain't got time to argue about this shit, man. All I know is there's a lot of good men in the world, but if you want to let your vagina boost your head up to make you think that all these men like you and overlook the solid one, then go ahead, because that's what's going to happen. That's what happens to men. That's why they can't, that's why they don't, that's why they got a good woman at home and in-house pussy and they still go out and fuck other women. Until the consequences come. He gonna keep doing it. Because he's letting these other women boost his head. Them other women don't know what it's like to wash his drawers and put up with his fucking bullshit. So he seems perfect to them. But what about the woman who stood there the whole time and put up with your shit the whole time and really know who you really are? A lot of them would flee. They wouldn't even fuck with you. Because they know that once they know who the real you are. But you don't see that. So you gonna fall, but you gonna go for the bullshit. Same thing with the female. When it comes to the vagina and the men and the looks. Most men just want to fuck, man. Period, point blank. And if you don't understand, if you just want to fuck too, then I can't say nothing. But if you want something more than that, you better learn how to determine who's who. And a lot of times, remember this. This is another thing. This comes into play of who stands out and who don't. A lot of times, something might look good, but it's not necessarily good. So like, oh, that bet looks good. Maybe I should bet on the Bulls versus the this weak ass team. Ain't no way the Bulls losing to this weak ass team. But like, if you know how to discern it, like, well, maybe they're playing at home and such ain't playing for the Bulls tonight, and no, I ain't gonna make that bet. Let me bet this bet over here. This bet seems more better, right? That's not gonna happen with women though, because as long as they have the option to fuck the best attraction to them, they're gonna take that risk to see what happens. They're gonna do it. And if it's not the right guy, they're gonna get burned. So imagine a woman who look good. She can do this all day long, every day. I can sleep with him, and him. And she's not going to stop until she's out of her prime. Then she'll want to pick a guy that she doesn't really want. It's a sad fucking story, but it's the truth. And a lot of you guys are that guy. And you're that guy because you're not building yourself up to be a great guy. So in the end, she got to settle for less than what she really wanted. And sometimes you have built yourself up to be that great guy, but she's still settling for less because in her mind, she still wanted those other guys, even though you might be better than them. In her mind, she still wants them. So she's still settling, meaning I still want to fuck them. Yeah, I know you're the best guy, but I still want to fuck them. And that's the problem when women don't build within themselves great character and become great spirits and become great people. They still going to desire trash, right? You're not going to stop desiring trash until you stop being trash, basically. And I hate to say it that way, but I'm talking to anybody, me, anybody in the world. You're always going to desire the bullshit until you stop being the bullshit. This is why a man can have a great woman at home and still want to go out and fuck trash. Because he's still trash. He still didn't fix himself. So what? He got a girlfriend. So what? He got married. That's attraction. That really has nothing to do with him as a person. The woman just found that person attractive for whatever reason. It could be a lot of different reasons. It might not really be nothing with him himself. For real. Could be just because he got money or something. Who knows? He might have good sex or something. I don't know. But I do know this. He's still going out playing in trash, ain't he? Great woman at home, still going out playing in trash. Why? Explain. Anybody watching this video when it comes on YouTube or Facebook, explain. Why does this happen? Because that man didn't fix something within himself first. Same thing gonna happen with a woman. You could be the great, she could have 10,000 billion million perfect men in her inbox, and she's still not gonna be happy with the right one. It's not gonna happen. Unless she fixes something within herself first. Hey, I'm done making this video, man. Y'all get it or y'all don't, man.